Well, folks, in today's video, we're going to be turning this pile of supplies into a complete and working train simulator on my HO scale layout. I've been looking to add something to the corner of my workbench here for a while now, and I think this might just fit the bill. I got the idea a few weeks ago after I bought this DJI camera, which I've just been loading up into this gondola. It has a stabilized gimbal, and it also has a Wi-Fi module, which means I can actually connect it up to an iPad and run it around the layout. And it's just been so much fun throwing this on the front of different trains and running it around. It really gives you kind of like a cab perspective of what it's like to actually be on the layout. But anyways, one of these days while I was running a train, I thought the only thing that could possibly make this better would be an entire controller setup. So I got to work getting a whole bunch of different materials together. So we've got what is essentially going to be the cab. We've got some flooring for it. Got something to hold the iPad, which is basically going to be the window. We've got something to hold the controller, and then in this box right here, we've got the most crucial part of the operation, which is the controller itself. Let's open this up so I can show you what I'm talking about. So inside this box, there's something called a Proto throttle, which is basically a miniature cab controller. I wasn't even aware these existed. Apparently they've been around for a few years, but anyway, I'm not really sure what the process of setting something like this up is, but it looked like a really cool thing, and I think it's going to be absolutely perfect for this project. Well, I wasn't expecting this, but it looks like they actually went and sent me a couple of cars. We should definitely throw those behind the train once we get the rest of this all set up. So I believe right here is the throttle itself. And, well, there it is. Merci, Harrison. I hope you enjoy your Proto throttle. What a great addition to your railroad. I added our pipe can load plus a 6000S trash gondola to your order free of charge and would love to hear what you think of them. Have a wonderful day and happy model railroading. Well, huge shout out to the guys at Otter Valley. That's very generous of them. Anyways, let's get into the rest of the box here. I'm not mistaken, this is all part of the whole module to actually connect it up to the controller. So first things first, I believe we need to open that up. Looks like it takes a couple of AA batteries here. And inside the shell here, we've got all the handles and all the screws for the faceplate. That's really nice and tactile. And they actually added ribs between each of the notches. Alright, let's go set up the rest of the simulator now. I believe all we've got to do is plug this thing in, and then I think it actually connects to the Wi-Fi station, which I have a module connected to this controller for that. Well, judging by the lights, I think we're all good to go here, so we'll throw a locomotive on the track and just make sure everything's working, and I've got the perfect locomotive to test this thing out. Let me show you. Now, for some of you who have watched this channel for a while now, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of Microsoft Train Simulator, and I wasn't able to find 4723, but I was able to find an H2-9, which is sound equipped, and I think that will be the next best thing for building a train simulator. So let's get this thing out of the box and see how it looks. I already like it. I can already tell that this was the right choice of locomotive for this. Got everything all organized here, so here's the moment of truth. Oh, this is just too good. Let's see, will the headlights come on? Yep. Now let's release the brakes here. Oh yeah, look at that. That's awesome. And to begin building our cab, I think we'll start off with the floor, and this is just an off-cutting of some marine carpet I happen to have laying around, and I think it will do a pretty good job at kind of mimicking the sort of carpet that you see in a real locomotive cab. Then for the cab itself, I already went ahead and I built this little structure right here out of scrap wood. I decided to go with that off-white, which everything from the 60s, 70s, and 80s seems to have. I think it's going to look pretty good with the other parts here. And then finally, to bring it all together, we've got a holder for the iPad and a holder for the Proto throttle. These were both 3D printed, and I'll put the links to the Thingsverse pages in the description, because I'm frankly amazed that somebody had already put out a page for this. So if you want to build one yourself, you can just go down there, and it also helps to give credit where credit is due making these designs, because they're very helpful. Anyway, let's get this all screwed into place here. Oh, heck yeah. Went ahead and got the camera car all set up here, so it looks like we're about ready to go. I really wish my first day on the job wasn't interrupted by this rail fan over here, but there's not much I can do about that. Anyways, without further ado, let's get our train moving here. This is so cool. Well, so far this simulator's working about as well as I could have hoped for, but the real question is, how well does it handle ops? Now, the railroad recently received a delivery of a pipe load car as well as a trash car, and it just so happens that Hersheys Canada needs both of those for a renovation they're doing on their plant. So we're gonna go pick up both the cars and deliver them to the factory and see how well it handles it. Well, there you have it. Not half bad at all. Well, folks, that's almost it for today's video. There's just a couple things I wanted to quickly mention before I do. The first one being a huge thanks to Lauren from Otter Valley for sending out these 2 freebie cars with the controller. Really didn't have to do that, but they are nice looking pieces of equipment, and one thing that I was quite impressed by is that they have actual working roller bearings, which you can see right there. So yeah, really nice pieces of equipment, so huge thanks for that. And the second thing I wanted to talk about is this locomotive right here. Now, this is pretty much an identical locomotive to the one we opened up earlier, minus a few digits. And so far, I really like this machine. It's got terrific sound quality, the detail is great, and it runs like a dream. So I figured, hey, why not do a bit of a giveaway out there? So if you're a subscriber and you want to enter this giveaway, just leave a comment down below and you're automatically entered. Please only one entry per person, and then maybe in a month or so we'll do some sort of a draw and figure out who won this thing, and I'll pay the shipping and everything else to get it to you. So please ignore any requests from anybody out there trying to say that you've won and that you have to pay shipping or something. I don't charge anything for my giveaways, so if you get a comment from an account impersonating me, please just beware and ignore it. The real winner is always the name of whoever's drawn in the video, not who gets a reply saying that they've won, so just keep that in mind. Anyways, I think I'll finish off the video there. Thank you all so much for watching.